beautiful, blessed family. I thought come on and talk to you about um, the separating of the wheat and the tares that's happening right now. There has been quite a few things in social media identifying people, not Christians, but just people overall, as being involved in extra activity beyond what people know that would be frowned upon. Nowadays, not so much frowned upon because nowadays people accept almost anything as being okay and normal. But I guess if you're a part of a church or you're claiming to be Christian, then it's a problem. Right? It wouldn't be considered to be something that you would say was okay. So I am talking about TD Jake, as you already know. Uh, and I had mentioned before that to be a large church, particularly in the U.S., but a large church over the globe, you are going to be approached, um, which means that you've been identified as having a skill or being able to draw people. When that is done, then you are offered, just like anyone in Hollywood, the opportunity to become a part of an exclusive group. And they identify what kind of privileges you'll have, et cetera, et cetera. And this is what's happened to our beloved T.D. Jakes. He's not the only one. There will be other ones identified, but the reason why his identification is significant is because of his following. His following is huge. Good morning, Erica. His following is huge, and it covers the globe, not just the U.S. So the significance of that is that I do believe, and this is a terrible thing to be known for, but I believe his reckoning will be the thing that ushers in the falling away of the church. Because many people are half lukewarm anyway, right? They're lukewarm anyway. So this is all they need to be able to say, for people to say, why are you a Christian? This is what they're about. Not knowing that a Christian is not just based on what they claim to be. A Christian is based on their fruit. Okay. As I say that, I wanted to say shalom, shalom, chosen one. I wanted to say that I've gone through experiences. Quite a few people around me convey traits of what they call narcissism, and I don't have much people, or if any, around me that don't exhibit these traits. So I know it's a spiritual thing. We already know this. And as I say this, I started to. I think the idea of for someone like me, I'm going to say that God's given me many gifts. The goal for a narcissist would be to discredit you, to make you feel make you discredit yourself, to make you feel lesser than what God has called you to be, or what you already know you are, and then to walk away and leave you broken. I'm in a situation right now. Well, I know a group of people, not just one, but a different pockets of people that I know. So, for example, my immediate family, which encompasses my mother, my stepfather, etc. Then there's my extended family, so my sister and her husband, and like I consider those to be extended because they're now married and have their own families. And I consider people who I may work for, do work for, to be outside of that. Now, in all those circles, I have people that I know that exhibit narcissistic traits. And what are those traits? People who will shower you with compliments, tell you how valuable you are to them and to the business or to their home. And then once they think they have you believing what they're saying, then they disrespect you and try and tear you down and use things you've told them and twist it to make it seem as though you're a horrible person. You have to be, maybe my age, or be so self assured in what you know in relation to yourself and what God has called you for, or to know what God has said about all believers to not fall victim to this. Oh, I miss you too. um, hey, bless you. Look at you all. I'm not even in a position to do a proper live right now, but because I had just done a favor to someone, I'm sitting in my mom's car, and I thought I would come on because I don't often have opportunity to come on in a private setting. I don't like to announce when I come on because the enemy, once they know you're coming on, they can set up. And the last live I did was so choppy, and so there was parts of it that were removed. So hi, love you. So this is an opportunity for you to do a live without any interference. Hopefully, when this goes up, it's not choppy, it's not chunked and broken apart. Hopefully. So what's happened is, I'll tell you a little bit of what's going on with me, and you tell me what you think. Okay, so the Lord says to love your enemies and to um, love those who spitefully, is this how it goes? Who spitefully use you. Vengeance is the Lord will repay, etc., etc. There's a lot of scriptures that support the idea that you are to love your enemies. Doesn't mean you're a doormat. You consistently put yourself in a position to be hurt and used by people. But the Bible does say to love your enemies. And if you don't love your enemies, you are a liar, that you don't love him because he says to forgive, right? So I'm in a position right now where um, I've been associated with a group of people for quite a number of years now, people I didn't know before these last 4 years. And so this kind of thing happened to me where I was enveloped into the situation, being told how good I am, how valuable I am, et cetera, et cetera. And I've had periods where the script has been flipped, where it's saying that they're saying, oh, you know what, setting up situations where things go wrong and then blaming me for them when it wasn't me, um, messing up invoices, messing up the space where I sleep and keep my things, that type of stuff. And I know that this is stuff that's being done to discredit me, at least for me to speak those things and believe those things about myself, because sometimes it's unbelievable the things that people will do to try and discredit you or to make you feel bad about yourself. That being said, now I've had people this New Year's I spent it by myself, so I am not in a relationship. There is no one courting me. I enjoy my alone time, and I made it a point to spend my time by myself this New Year's because I wanted to usher in this New Year's with a fresh slate. And I have a few people in my circle, people who know people that I know, hinting to the idea that the people who are around me don't treat me well. And one particular person who I do business with does not treat me well. And we've talked about that, and I know he doesn't. But I'm not there. I'm not there for the treatment. I'm there to do a particular job, right? And if the opportunity came up where I would be doing something else, I have to live, I would be doing it, right? I should really be spending more time with the ministry, but the fact that they demonetized this channel, even though it wasn't getting any, there was never. I've been doing this for years now, and for years now, for about 3 to 4 years now, I've never gotten a check with almost 18,000 subscribers. You can tell you that YouTube is doing something. But remember, though, too, God is the author and the finisher. Like, the enemy can't do anything without the Lord's go ahead, right? So it's either the Lord's trying to detour me, or He's meant to let me trust Him, or He's meant to be the one who gets the glory in whatever it is, in whatever way that I survive. But what's happening right now is really testing my faith. I really would like to walk away from certain situations, but I know it wouldn't be wise to do that. Maybe God is building up the remnant's ability to forgive the unforgivable. I don't know, but a lot of things that have been happening have been so cruel and so deliberate, and at the same time, no one's taking accountability for it. As a matter of fact, they're saying that it's in my head. It's not something that they're doing, and a lot of what's happening has been witchcraft. A lot of it has been magic. A lot of it things that have been happening. I'll give you one example. I do laundry when I'm not running around with helping for the business or helping my daughters. I have a chance to kind of get my space cleaned up or organized. And I do laundry, like clean my sheets, clean my clothes, put everything away so it's neat. I don't have a lot of clothes because the Lord led me to be a minimalist. But not only that, where am I really going? And the business that I have, I'm really doing a lot of physical work, which sometimes it's very messy. And uh, so I have a lot of black clothes, a lot of things that keep my hair covered because the warfare is all day, so I have to be praying and worshiping. But at the same time, I have to deal with professionals in different companies, so I have to look a certain way. And mind you, the things I'm doing are amazing. Like, I'm doing jobs I never knew I could do. I really feel like I'm doing it as a favor because I'm not really being compensated the way that maybe I should be getting compensated. But at least it's something, right? I'm not. I'm not. I'm asking God to. I'm thanking God for everything that comes my way in relation to supporting me, helping me. Hi. Mm-hmm. Digna, I think you're right. I do believe the Lord is making me stronger, but this is the deal with that. I believe the Lord is making me stronger, but I don't want to be bitter. That's my thing. I don't want to be. I've been identified as being a very strong female, and I don't believe that God intended women to be strong. I think He intended us to be the weaker vessel. And I don't mean weak as opposed to being docile or silly or not intelligent. I mean softer. A man does not need a partner who he's competing with all the time. That being said, I cannot change the fact that the Lord has led me in positions and situations where I've learned a lot of things. I'm gonna say I'm not a stupid person. I'm quite smart actually. I can figure things out on the fly. I learn things quickly and I love challenges. Physically I'm very apt. I'm physically very strong for my age, I do believe. I'm about to actually go work out maybe the next half hour to an hour. So there's a lot of things I have going on for me in regards to gifts that the Lord is giving me that I'm so thankful for. But that being said, I intimidate a lot of men. A lot of men are intimidated by the things I'm able to do. And I think that's partly why I went through what I went through. A lot of what I went through was based on people trying to put me in check or to discredit me. This has been going on in my life for a long time. And it's no longer weighing on me. I think, like I said, it's kind of changed me. I'm very I'm not a soft female by any means, and I don't know if there's men out there that exist that would want to be in a situation with a woman who's as strong-minded, physically strong, and as creative and as resourceful as I am. It has been quite the ride, with the roller coaster ride. So that being said, this message is to the wheat. Between the wheat and the tares, there's a group of people who state that they're Christian, they go to church, they're always dressed to the nines going to church. But the problem with them is that they are braggadocious. They're always talking about how much of a Christian they are, how good they are. They don't even give people a chance to identify them as being a Christian or being kind. They're braggadocious. If that's such a word. They are, but not only that, they're Christian, but I believe they're using Christianity as a tool to to um, sway people from identifying them as being into witchcraft. And a lot of people in the West Indies are Christians. A lot of churches for square footage in a lot of the islands. That being said, there's a lot of witchcraft in the islands as well. My background is Jamaican. I don't know how I missed the memo, but a lot of my family, if not all my family, are into witchcraft. I don't know if they don't call it witchcraft, but they definitely are into it. I have a few people in my life who are at church right now who are into witchcraft. And witchcraft is not just magic. Witchcraft is slander, it's gossip, it's manipulating a situation to make someone, either the victim or the people around them, believe something that's not what it is. And so, oh yeah, exactly, Erica. So this is what my concern is, and I've been asking God about it. He has not shown me. I did watch a video. I've been watching a lot of celestial videos yesterday, and I pray for her because a lot of people have identified her. Now she's getting around. Her name is getting around because she identified T.D. Jakes as being going through something that she prophesied this a long time ago, and now he's going through it. So she's brought it really. The Lord has really brought a lot of attention to her, and I really believe she's a good vessel for the Lord to use because she's still so very humble and still more so than ever dedicated to doing the work for the Lord, which I really truly, I really do believe she deserves. She needs prayer and protection. Um, yeah. So Digna says in Puerto Rico, I believe like the right of the West Indies, a lot of Latin countries, Santeria I think it's called. Is it Santeria, Digna? Obia, voodoo. So Haiti has been known to do high levels of witchcraft. I believe also too places that we don't really truly know. I know in England, the British uh, people under or countries under British rule or have the queen on their coin, a lot of them are under the influence of witchcraft in some kind of way, shape, or form. But they all go to church. And one moment. I will not be identifying, um, drawing attention to anyone on the channel that has been a nuisance or been a hindrance to the channel doing what it needs to do. My job is to do what God's called me to do, and I'm going to continue to do that whether what YouTube decides they want to fund me or not. YouTube is a very worldly platform. Initially, it was used for the everyday person to put out ideas, but now because it's become so big, as I mentioned before, when something becomes very big, the enemy identifies it as being a useful tool and they approach them. Okay? Cat will, if you're interested in finding out how that might go down, Cat Williams has just been interviewed, and he talks about how he's a celebrity, but he's been approached to go the extra mile or the extra level, but he declined it because of what you have to do to be in that level. And that brings me back to TD Jakes. And the Lord has always said, pray for your enemies. So I'm going to encourage all of us to pray for TD Jakes. But I know Celestial, when she speaks, I don't know if she's speaking out of just sheer frustration, but she oftentimes says that we should not. There's certain people who are just, like the Lord has done with. Right? I believe she identified not only TD Jakes, but people that he associates himself with. So worldly people like P. Diddy and Beyonce, um, whoever else is a part of that group. We're starting to see Hollywood and celebrities differently than we used to. I mean, we kind of got an idea before that celebrities did something behind the scenes that we are not aware of, and a lot of what we enjoy from them is not basically all their talent. Some of it, and a lot of it, is based on spirit, right? So we're getting a lot. The Lord is allowing a lot of this information to be unveiled to us, so we can make more informed decisions about what we watch. Because there's a celebrity, an actress named Taraji. She's a woman of color. She's a very popular, famous actress, and she has associations with the movie The Color Purple, theater production The Color Purple, and she has associations with Oprah Winfrey. And supposedly she's starting to identify that when she's in a role, they encompass the spirit of the person or the role they're taking on. And some people choose to pop in and out of this persona, and some people stay in the full role for whatever time they are filming the film that they're filming, which sounds absolutely insane. Which means that they're housing spirits, demonic spirits, for the entirety of whatever time they're doing their role, or for the entire time they're being the movie's being filmed. That is scary, and that might explain why some other celebrities commit suicide or some horrendous things happen to them, because some of them decide they're going to stay in the role the full time that they're doing a movie, and then after they're done, sometimes they end up like you don't hear from them, or that things go wrong for them. Anyway, there's no sound. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Is there a sound now? I just said a whole bunch of stuff. I can't even repeat what I just said. If there's sound, if you can hear me, let me know. Give me something, a thumbs up or something. Perfect. Okay. Well, this is not the best setting to do a live. I'm sitting in my mother's car. I just dropped off my stepfather to church, and I just delivered something to some of my daughters. Perfect. Was there a period where you couldn't hear me? Um, Marcel was saying that he couldn't hear me. Okay, perfect. Okay. Um, I'm not too sure how much the Lord wants me to focus on this in relation to how Hollywood works. I'm sure by now you've all gotten an idea of the fact that these celebrities don't
They're not all just so talented. A lot of their status and their abilities is based on being housing demonic entities. Perfect. Um, so like I said, I do believe we should pray for TDJ. And I think we should pray for the minds and the faith of those who are follow his ministry, whether it be from a distance or at his locations, because a lot of people are going to be are so a lot of people are going to first of all divulge more information. I'm sure people in his church are aware of what things have been going on and have ideas that they couldn't share because they people in those positions have people that back them and that will take lives if they have to. That I'm not saying that's what's going on. I'm just alluding to the idea that some of the things that we've seen happen to celebrities in regards to being taken out have not been by accident, and we know this. So a lot of things, a lot of prayer going out for them. So if you are in a position where the Lord has identified, has chosen you, and you know it, because you'll know if God has your life is not like everybody else's, and the Lord is doing things that kind of isolate you. Just just know that the Lord is separating the wheat and the tares, and He's drawing more people who love Him that were that weren't aware of how deep the spiritual activity on the earth has been and is. He's drawing them into the fold as well. Because I met a few people who are Christian and love the Lord with all their heart, mind, and soul, and would not believe what I was telling them has happened. But has recently had some supernatural experiences happen with their finances that they know that it has to be witchcraft. And so I feel like I'm in good company now. I feel like a lot more people are being able to understand and relate to what I'm saying, which helps because it's hard to say this is what's going on with me. People are like, there's no way that could happen because the courts could never do that, the police could never do that, or teachers could never do that. They all can do whatever it is that the people above us that oversee what's happening on the globe in regards to politics and administration on the globe, they can do anything that they say that they want to do if they're permitted. That's all I'm going to say. They can do anything evil. And the thing is, it's funny. There's a lot of evil happening on this earth that's being permitted that should not be permitted. Yes, Satan will use every. Yeah, there's gonna be. Just pray. What I want to say is like we can only spend so much time underneath praying. I think we should spend as much time as we can. If you need to pray on the road, if you're in the car, wherever you're doing, pray. Because a lot of us, especially me and whoever else has a loved ones, children, we pray over our loved ones and our families and people that we know. But I do believe we need to come in agreement and pray for those who are not necessarily in our family, but we know this is going to touch. There's going to be a lot of people who is going to decide, you know what, you know, why am I going to continue to be a Christian? This is what Christians do, right? Hi, Bob. Oh yes, the spiritual attacks have been something else. And I think by now, if you've been following this channel and you've been going through the same as what I've been going through, the attacks have become normal. They become normal, and as I said, maybe the new caliber of born again believing women will be harder because Christian or born again believing Bible believing men are going to be harder because the warfare for them has been extraordinary. The things I've seen people do to other people have been inhumane. It's like they don't have a heart, they don't have a soul, they don't have a conscience. Like let's just say someone um, did something that warranted them to go to jail. Just because they did something that warrants them to go to jail, whatever that might be, stealing, taking someone's life, SA, whatever it might be. Does that give us how much better would we be if we are assaulting them or hurting them in response to what they've done? It makes us no better. It makes us, as a matter of fact, it makes us worse. If we know better, we do better, right? Bless you. Oh, I see your posts, my sister. I love them. I love them on Instagram. My sister, So this is what I'm going to say for now. I think I've been on for long enough. I It's been quite the challenge for me. I don't believe the Lord wants anyone who's in a position of that I'm in, like you have a ministry and you're influencing people to some degree, to ever fall away the way that these people are about to be exposed for falling away. And I think that's partly why he's keeping me in check. I have a heart to love on people and to help people, but a lot of people who I've helped have broken my heart. A lot of things I've done to people that like the little that I have, I'll help people because they're gonna give it back, and they don't. Um, and so it's led me to really trust the Lord in everything that I do, to love on people and to let the Lord kind of help me through it all. It's been quite the challenge. And for those of you who are going through the same thing, I encourage you to be strong in the Lord. Go to Him from all things. Pray whenever you have a moment. He is with us. He'll never leave us nor forsake us. And don't grow weary. As hard as it is to believe it's a possibility, it's possible to stay strong through all this. I love you all so very much. I appreciate your support, all of you who have supported the channel throughout the years and particularly lately. Pray for your enemies. Pray for all those who are about to be touched, if not all of us, by this exposure of what's been happening with these pastors, particularly TD Jakes. Pray for Celestial and all the end time ministries who are putting up content that's edifying the church. And pray for all those who are false prophets who are putting out falsehoods and are maybe stealing from others. I don't know. I heard that's a thing. I don't know. We want to pray for. All right. Love you all so very much. I appreciate you. And support each other as well. I know some of you, I see your names often, so I'm familiar with you. I'm sure you're familiar with each other now. I'm making it a point to not announce when I'm coming on, so just bear with me as I try my best to navigate through this trying time. All right. Love you so much too. Yes, may the Lord protect you all, the blood of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, over all of you and your loved ones. And for all of you who are anticipating marriage, supposedly that was a theme the Lord was giving me, that marriage, end time marriages. Continue to keep yourself available mentally. Don't assume because of what's going on that that's not going to be a thing. Um, the Lord is preparing His vessel for these unions. I think the biggest union for the Lord is marriage. So still continue to keep your vessel prepared for that. Bless you, Erica. Love you so much. Until next time.